This is Core Keeper. I don't know. Is this 6 or 7? You're the boss. What are we doing, boss? We have to set beds back up near Azios. And we need boss strategies.
We gotta beat him. And we got 2 more bosses that we just have to find at this point.
How do we beat him? Because he pretty much, yeah, totally wrecked. Absolutely wrecking.
We gotta get rid of those crystals quick, so bombs are a good way to go about that, which, if they're next to him, would also take him out.
Let's see.
We may also want to farm poison slimes after we beat him, just to see if we can get another one of the special necklaces that resist poison.
See, this is how that works. Yes, well. You know, I have to tell you, I was driving today and I thought, I think I just saw pretty much the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And that was it.
Why are you watching VTubers while driving?
I don't even know how to start approaching this conversation.
Just know that was meant as a complete joke.
Yes, I know. But was it? Or was it really more of a cry for help?
I don't think it was a cry for help.
I think of a man who's been swallowed by love for VTubers. There's nothing left inside of him anymore. Shell.
I mean, my purchases today may make it seem like it should be a cry for help, but
Yes. Yeah, I'm planting 96 bomb pepper seeds. Since I hear that we're gonna need a lot of bombs. So last night, Cotton Pondo and I had beaten Range Simulator, so we had to pick a new co-op base building game to play. Keep everybody happy. And we got to play this game called Grounded, where you play as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in a backyard. And you gotta, like, avoid ants and ladybugs and spiders while cutting grass to make houses. It's actually pretty interesting.
that sounds interesting.
I just want to say, I'm sure many VTubers are lovely, and several of those that have revealed their true forms are indeed, I don't know, excellently beautiful. I don't know that in general you can just outrightly say that VTubers are good looking. I mean, they are people who classically and are famous for literally hiding who they are. I'm thinking so deeply about your comment is the problem now. I'm in a conundrum
Good. Think more.
Okay, well now you're just being weird.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
Oh yeah, shift, that's how you move things to the next. Alright, how do we make bombs? There we go. We need slimes. We need lots and lots of slimes. That makes me feel bad because I've actually been throwing slimes out.
I have a couple. I have 10. I'll throw them in here.
I think I'm just gonna have to go on a slime killing spree, honestly.
I'm already headed off to the left.
What would Leaflet say? You monster. I was watching my own video today of V-Rising and it looks fucking horrendous. It's deeply affecting me. Just the fact that it's constantly lagging.
Because the game is so intensive.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's really intense. The incredible play-by-play action that you can get from V-Rising. You never know what will happen next. It's the kind of thrill that I used to only get from EA Sports.
EA Sports is nothing like it used to be.
I used to play a lot of EA Sports before I went to college. Because all
Still
my
play the good
friends, I mean, okay.
That's why I have a PlayStation 2 in my office.
PlayStation 2? That was a good one. It is deeply upsetting to me that the PS5 can't retroactively play PS3, 2, 3, and X games.
I think, aren't they doing something with older PlayStation games now?
Not that I know of, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a reach for more money.
PlayStation 1 stuff. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's going well, but they're doing something with PlayStation 1 games.
Sometimes the real first PlayStation are the friends we made along the way. What kind of food am I looking for if I want something that really fills you up without any bonuses?
I'm not sure.
I really need a high food. Food that gives you high food.
I'll catch some fish for now so we can at least refill the food stocks.
I see, trying to get out of having to do your fair share of killing
I got 7 slime blobs right now. I think I killed everything else to the immediate left.
A likely story.
How much food do we have right now anyway? Not a lot.
But we do have like 40 of the heartberries in a cook pot waiting to go.
There's 57 in there right now after the 2 I just used.
Sure.
Oh, you're over there.
Yeah, I gotta murder some slimes, bro. We need slimes to make bombs. Now tell me about the secret strategy to defeat Ozios the Sky Titan that you have developed that will need these
Bomb the
bombs.
crystals and hit them hard.
That's not great, but all right.
I mean, there's not much else to it at this point.
The problem is that I took a ton of damage, so I guess I'm just gonna have to try shielding up and using lots of potions.
There's that. That goes around that way. The bridge, I guess. Okay. Nope, that's where I want to go.
This is a bit frightening. Something else is out here killing these slimes. Sort of alpha predator.
Well, that wouldn't be a larva because all the torches are still up.
I found it. It's a caveling. The alpha caveling. This is just like the most excellent movie, King Kong versus Godzilla.
Now there's cablings over here. Really just the one cabling here? Or there's nope, no cablings.
So when you think of Count Ronald Swan, let me ask this. What type of poses and or emotive motions do you think? You're a VTuber expert. What are you looking forward to? Well, that's not really the answer I was hoping for. Crying out for aid from a higher power, but all right.
Sorry, I was stretching. Hey, don't kill me. Feel like the first thing that comes to mind is like an Ojo-sama laughing gesture. For
Really?
some reason.
Really? Like back of the hand?
Yes.
Okay. I asked you for your opinions. Please continue. I won't offer any commentary.
Probably. I don't know how, if you're gonna have any weaponry on your character, but like I could see him like pointing a sword and like off into a direction.
My goodness, you think that a gentleman like Count Ronald Swan would ever threaten his own audience?
I didn't say at the audience, even though some
Alright.
people do that.
I mean, they are surely not gentlemen. Given that they're a VTuber, they're probably a young woman in their early 20s. And they have pink somewhere on their avatar.
Well, I will have one of those things. And it won't be the woman and it won't be the early 20s. Find this red.
Yeah, but that's the average. The average. Can't tell me that's not true.
I'm not sure if the average is in their early 20s.
You're fooling yourself. VTuber is a late it's early Zoomer, late. What's the
I mean, a lot of the ones I see are more mid to
Millennial?
late 20s, if not a little older.
I think it's pretty rare to see any VTuber over 30, unless they're male.
Well, I assume Leaflet's mom is a bit older than 30 and she VTubes.
Okay, but I don't know if you can count people whose moms also VTube with them. That's like a package deal thing, you know? Let me ask you this. Would she be doing it if Leaflet wasn't doing it?
I don't know if she'd have started, but she does stream by herself.
Alright. Well, scientists must account for outliers, is all I'll say. I don't know whether I want to.
Dagger is a terrible weapon.
I mean, last week you were so excited for it. What
I
happened?
thought it was terrible then too, but it's
You were
definitely
excited
terrible.
for it. What happened? What
It
happened?
goes fast, but doesn't do any damage.
I mean, I think the point of the dagger is to fish for crits.
Well, when it goes from 2 hits to kill a aggro slime to like 4, and I get hit in the process, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Or maybe I just need to Genshin it up and go for a crit build.
I don't know what that means. Just to be clear, I also don't care. I don't need a lecture on how Genshin mechanics work. I'm trying to avoid getting one on how FGO works.
Well, I don't think You did very well of avoiding that when you asked a question.
That doesn't mean I understand the mechanics of how it works still. Wow, the larvae have really taken this area over. They've moved in to become the dominant race.
No, you're just going around the full circle.
I mean, if you want to find slimes, you go to where the slime juice is at. You know where I know where slime juice is at? Here, right here. Also right now.
Oop, don't go that way. Yeah, there's stuff over to the side there. I have 51 slime balls in my inventory.
Very well. It's definitely going to be more than what we have in terms of bombs.
There's stuff over here. There's a caveling. You behind the wall, you are. Ooh, hi, ogre. Stay where I can hit you.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
These do take a lot of hits. There we go.
It's been rough lately. I don't really have a lot of topics to talk about. I feel like that itself is the topic I'm talking about the most. Just very tired adjusting to this new normal-ish person sleep schedule. Normal adjacent.
I got a water well. Was there anything going on with upcoming shows you'd like to share with the masses?
Doing a lot about Stars Rising, but I don't think I'm ready to share some of it. That's for the Patreon Twitch sub meeting on Sunday. And I don't know that there's much to share about Pendragon. I mean, it's just Pendragon. I've already done it before, so nothing in it should really be a surprise to anybody. And if someone wanted to know more about Pendragon rather than explain it, I would say, ask my past self to explain it by watching Pendragon that I've run. What a genius.
Well, now you just advertised an old show to some newer viewers if there are any.
You mean for all 6 people that watch this show? Sure. This is the show people put on in the background while they're working. Just to be clear. Just to have something on.
That's what I do with a lot of the media I take in. It's either while I'm working or while I'm sleeping.
You listen to shows while you're sleeping?
Well, those are more Twitch streams I just leave up.
Oh. But surely not mine, right? I mean, when you watch my stream, you're 100% active and engaged the whole time, right? Right?
You don't stream late enough for me to fall asleep to.
Alright, that's true. I also don't know why I'm acting jealous about this. It doesn't really matter to me. My Twitch viewership is nothing compared to my post YouTube viewership. Oh. So, I got a great story about my mom, very short. There's
All
a
your
cruise.
stories about your mom are great.
I don't know how to take that. So the cruise ship I've been on the most is called the NCL Getaway, and my mom hates it because it's one of the biggest ships that they have. In fact, the new ships that are like 4,000 people with 2,400 crew were based off of the Getaway. They were like, oh, the Getaway is very successful. We should make even bigger ships. And it turns out in a post-COVID society, people actually fucking hate that. They hate the bigger ships. They don't want to be on the 4,000 person one. They don't want to be on the 2,400 people one. They want to cruise on the ones that have the most open space and public areas available. And the bigger the ship, the less available space for the public there is. So people are really enjoying like the 1,100 people cruise ships. So NCL is basically like throwing these tickets away. My mom got a club balcony on the Getaway for like 2 weeks at $700. That's the whole trip. Food, port fees, destination, all of that. But because she used her Norwegian cruise credits, she actually only paid half that. So she basically got the trip for like 300, 400 bucks, which is an incredible price. Yeah, it's really good. But she hates the Getaway because of its size. And everyone that's going, she belongs to those snooty, pretentious cruise critics. So these are people who spend their whole life cruising, and so they only want to talk to other people who cruise. It's incredibly pretentious. It's kind of like when you and I talk about and rate VTubers, it's like that, but for cruise ships. People rate the staff on board, they rate the captain, they talk about, oh, well, I was on the Gem, and, you know, Kevin was in the theater company for that, and he just switched to the Getaway, and I don't like him, so I don't think I'll be going to any of the shows that Kevin will be attending. Imagine that, but for every member of the 1,400 crew members per ship. It's scary, dude. It's like people treat employees on cruise ships like Pokemon. So anyway, all of these people are just like, yep, you know what I really hate? The Getaway. But for that price, I guess, put glasses on, I'll get away. So they're all complaining to each other. Anyway, that's the whole story.
Well, isn't that what you want to do on a vacation? Is complain?
No, when I'm on vacation, I want to plan for my next tabletop RPG shows. The Magical Girl game was made on the cruise ship, as was Cancol. That was at both of those, I believe, were made on the Getaway and Winter's Edge as well. The Norwegian Getaway has had a long history of helping shape and influence what I do. I like it, even if other people don't. I also prefer smaller ships, though. That's just who I am.
I feel like you're the guy that just goes on a cruise and sits in his room instead of going out to...
I do that sometimes. I did have a whole cruise where I spent the whole time in my room sleeping.
To be fair, that's also me. I'm not saying that derogatorily.
Well, I didn't spend the whole time sleeping. So that was the only cruise I went on when I had my knee injury. And towards the end of the cruise, first off, that cruise was during the BB event for FGO. So I had to complete that event while on the cruise, right? Which I did. I nailed it. And I'd never been to the spa before on a cruise ship, despite cruising for like 10 years. And my mom had always been like, no, don't go to the spa on the cruise ship. And I thought, I'm a big guy. I don't want to go to a cruise thing, like a massage parlor and or a spa thing and have to see these people again. You know what I mean? Like if I'm embarrassed by what happens there, I only want to go where I'm never going to see people again. So I thought, this is my opportunity. My mom doesn't know shit. Turns out I was right. My mom didn't know shit. It was actually an incredibly good idea. And they are the ones, they had a guy on, like an orthopedic guy on board who was like, hey, during the massage, we noticed that your knee is real fucked up. And I was like, yeah, it is. And he was like, why don't you try these shoe inserts that'll help unflatten your arches and may help your knee pain and also your shoulder pain. And I was like, that's bullshit. That's impossible. He was like, I bet you that at the end of this cruise, you'll be walking a mile. Well, guess fucking what? When you get off the cruise ship terminal, it's almost exactly 1 mile to go from the New York Pier 88 cruise ship terminal down to the Weehawken ferry across to Port Imperial. And I walked the whole fucking distance, no taxis, no stopping. I mean, I did sit down on the ferry, but it's a ferry, so, you know, you have to sit down. And it was incredible. I was like, wow, I haven't walked a full fucking mile in like a year and a half after this foot injury. These foot inserts are the real deal. I'm wearing them right now. I have them in my slippers that I wear while I'm doing shows just to help stretch out my foot. So this discussion was much longer than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, now I get massages regularly from a very specific and discreet massage parlor who aren't mean about it. Also, they have a really good COVID policy, which is nobody else is allowed in the building, just one client at a time, which I'm deeply appreciative of because I fear death. Who's that guy from the Jack Sparrow movie? Do you fear death? I'd be like, yes, I do. I'll take your deal. Let's do this, bro. Davy Jones.
Well, as long as you got the solution you need.
I have a solution. I don't know if it's the solution I need. In the words of the Princess and the Frog, it's the green, it's the green, it's the green I need.
If there's an ogre. That's just a small guy.
There we go. All right, I got like 30 bombs here. What are you thinking? Is that a good amount?
I have no clue how many
All
we're
right.
gonna need. I hope that sounds like a good amount. I mean, I just spent a good chunk of time clearing out a caveling den.
All I'm saying is, I used to like the song "Don't Stand So Close to Me," but like I only liked it because of the chorus line, and I went back and listened to it, and now I'm like, maybe I don't actually like this song.
Doesn't age well.
I mean, it's been years since I sat down and was like, wow, this is what the lyrics are about. I mean, it's literally about a teacher whose student pursues him in a relationship, and at first he's like, no, I will never do this, and by the end of the song it's pretty questionable as to whether he's actually done something or not. You know, I don't think they actually say he's done anything, but they definitely imply that he's wavering, and I'm like, ooh. But it does have a great, you know, don't stand so, because I, as a person, don't like it when people stand near me. Never have. I don't know if you know this, but I don't actually like people in general. I didn't need COVID for me to think that I didn't want them in my airspace. Although it certainly didn't hurt. It's just that people are so human. Like, what are emotions really? What purpose do they serve? Have you ever thought about that? They don't let us make rational decisions. In fact, they often do the opposite.
I mean, I took a psychology class. I don't really remember much about the emotions.
I don't know that psychology would
Like
cover.
psychology, sociology, all that kind of stuff.
Look, listen to Mr. General Studies here. Yeah, I did. I found sociology to be incredibly fascinating, way more than psychology.
I think I took 3 sociology classes between high school and college.
Look at Mr. Fancy here, who gets high school sociology classes. Jesus, that ain't no West Virginia education.
No, that's real Virginia education.
All right, well, you know, here's an education for you, real Virginia. All right, when given a choice between whether to be loyal to the Union or not, we chose to stay on the correct side of history. Whether we stay there or not, that'll be another matter, but my man General Sherman has a thing or two to say about you. I've actually been studying the career of General William Tecumseh Sherman, and it's kind of fascinating. People consider him to be the first modern general, like how generals are now, and that they aren't super venerated. Like, can you name any general besides, I don't know, Mark Milley, and who's that guy that they called the Mad Dog? Jim Mattis? Right, like, naming generals and admirals is no longer a thing we do. We don't really venerate them in the same way they did during the Civil War, where you probably could name several Civil War generals right now without trying too hard.
Well, yeah, I grew up in Virginia with family in Gettysburg. It kind of was a central part of my learning growing up.
I'm afraid that the ones that you could name are probably not the same ones that I could name in that case, but that's life. Sherman recognized that rather than two armies sitting there and beating the shit out of each other, he looked at the growing Russian concept of scorched earth and was like, this is how you win wars, is by disabling population centers so that they can't support the war. So that supporting the war is more tenuous than just surviving. And it really shaped the United States military influence for the next 60 or 70 years, till World War II, really, where we got the idea that maybe destroying civilian locations wasn't actually the best idea.
And no one has ever had that idea again since.
Well, I mean,
Ignoring current events completely.
first off, I don't even remotely want to talk about any of that. But second off, you know, like, that's the US military usually attempts in some way to act with a certain code of conduct.
I mean, I know all about that. I have my stepfather's in the military and my brother's currently in the military.
That code of conduct came about because of Sherman. Again, not specifically Sherman's idea, because Sherman's idea was... Wait, where's the slime that I'm converting? What the heck? Oh, it's drawing the slimes from a chest nearby. Wow. That must be a new feature.
That does sound new.
I was like, why is this working? I definitely don't have any slimes in my inventory.
Oh yeah, it has a little chest indicator next to it.
It does. Look at that.
We got eco level of chest management now.
What we really need is Empyrean level of chest management. I think Empyrean truly had one of the best logistics systems ever created. Here, come get this food. Oh, I don't require it from me. Alright, try this again. Alright, come get that food. We don't listen to our parents. We stay up past 10.
Make sure you got all your skill point stuff in too, in case you have any, like in Vitality.
I do. I got it all. Head over to the GameStop. Yeah, it's straight. Got my 10% on coupon with me just in case. Alright, well, 30 bombs seems like a lot of bombs. Oh, I got potions for you. Let me...
So what do you think is better? A boost while at max health or a boost while at low health?
I would say both. Get everything you can.
Choose one or the other.
You're rarely going to be fighting at max health. You know, that's the kind of thing you're only going to get while farming. While fighting a boss, where it really matters, you're going to spend a lot more time at low health than high.
Okay.
That's my Galaxy Brain genius call.
Oh, I got bombs. When did I get bombs?
I gave it to you. That's how you got them.
Alright, I'm emptying out my inventory real quick.
So you're saying we need to use the bombs to destroy those rocks, huh?
I mean, we could probably mine them, but it would probably take longer.
I tried mining them, and the first few rocks I actually did kill with the mining thing, but then it got to the point where I couldn't do that anymore. It was weird.
The Scarlet Pickaxe does 282 mining damage.
Yes.
And a bomb does 495.
Well, make a case. Oh, right. I actually made a specific path to get to the boss, and then you made a second, less specific, meandering path to get to the boss. Catch him, catch him, gotta catch them all.
That is different. I got a hand mortar.
Yeah, I got several of them.
Does mining damage.
Yes.
I don't think I'm ever going to use it because it's
You can use it to blow up
slow
walls,
and doesn't do
essentially.
damage. But
I mean, it's for blowing up walls.
also got a broken handle, which is apparently a sword, probably a dagger. Yeah. No, it attacks the same speed as a sword. Gives you max health.
What the heck happened here? Oh, I see what happened here.
I'm guessing larva. Glowing berry pudding. I should find a spot for you as well. I'm not gonna take the match lock. Don't need you. I don't really need to take the fishing rod with me to a boss fight. Which path did you take? You haven't gone over a path yet.
I'm working on it. I'm fixing what the larva broke.
So that they can break it again.
I killed all the larvae.
So that they can respawn and break it all again.
I have an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +9 to slaying ogres.
How does that help us with larva?
I have a larva slaying knife. Got a +9 to slaying larva. I've been going back and reviewing some Deep Space Nine episodes for Stars Rising, and I can't help but think that you would have made an excellent Ferengi.
This is the part where I say I've never touched Deep Space Nine.
I'm missing out. There's a lot of truly excellent episodes with strong moral judgments. It's not like these new Star Treks that are basically just all about action and murder.
Don't go that way, that's the slime. I mean the larva zone. That's a larva. What I'm trying to avoid.
Wow, you got me.
You died?
I did, but I'll start making my way back. Hopefully it didn't destroy my other tombstone full of stuff at Azios. I now have 2 tombstones. Say that 10 times fast.
Was this one where I morphed through a wall?
Yeah, it's Morbin time. Dr. Michael Morbius.
Somehow I got through here, but the wall is literally in a place where I can't get through here. Yeah, I was definitely lagging up a storm last week because I definitely morphed through multiple walls apparently.
It's Morbin time.
Alright, no larvae have made it over here to Azios, at least, because the torches are all still here.
Sure, but I wouldn't have thought that they would.
I mean... they know how to travel.
There's some sort of VTuber quiz that's out right now, and almost everyone appears to be getting Kiryu Coco. You know, it's one of those "Who are you?" type quizzes that seems to be weighted quite heavily. I never knew this person. They retired before I really cared. I understand that they were quite famous and well loved, but I hardly know them.
Is it a HoloLive one specifically, or just?
I don't know. I mean, again, it's just a Twitter trend that I saw. I don't know enough about it to draw a qualification judgment. Which HoloLive VTuber would you say you're most like?
I most like?
Yeah.
That's actually a really good question.
I would say Amelia Watson.
I am probably not most like. That's not a bad one.
Karaji Ollie.
That is also a good one. I don't think there's one I'm most like. I feel like I'm a mixture of a bunch of them.
Yes, but if you had to pick one, what would it be? That's what most like mean.
Maybe I should take a quiz and find out.
I am the quiz.
I put my. Well, you brought more beds. Okay.
I mean, they be exploding all the time, you know? You know?
Where did I get a workbench from?
Me. The workbench that I had here died, and you picked it up.
Oh. Nah, don't worry about 3 torches. All right.
You ready to do it? Well, that will definitely be something.
And they definitely destroy them. These are gonna destroy the wood platforms.
Almost certainly.
Oh no.
Oh, do we have to craft another giant shiny thing to get the bird to come back down?
Did he despawn?
I can see him flying up there. You can see his shadow.
Well, at least it allowed us to get our tombstones.
Sure.
So I'll put this stuff in a chest. Oop, I went too far south. Somehow. Break you. I'll do something with you real quick, I guess.
Is this your Scarlet Pickaxe at 0%?
I don't know.
Well, here's a spare Scarlet Pickaxe. Oh, Well,
Air station.
I'm gonna recall idle and go make a new Morb. It's Morbin time.
I built a wall.
Incredible.
The
What
enemies from the south can't get to us.
dark science. It's true, most of my enemies do come from the south. Okay, 10 of every bar and 3 ancient gemstones.
If you need more ores, there's some in the little house to the south.
I don't think so.
I just didn't bother putting it anywhere.
Let me say it much more dramatically, like in a movie. I don't think so. We need 10. We need 10 tin. Well, guess I'd better go wrestle up some tin. Oh, there it is. There's the tin. We just have to win this fight on the first try.
I got one more point of vitality right before the fight.
Sometimes the real orb of vitality are the friends that we made along the way.
Really be interested just how big this map is. There's
And
still a lot to go north.
I doubt there's much farther east.
Because, I mean, right now I'm going north and it just looks like it leads to an ocean.
A stone ocean?
No, just water.
Oh. I tried to get him to do it, friends.
Found another drill spot up here. Looks like 10.
Imagine this, after not having played Warhammer 40k for almost a full week, I may actually play Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters today. Because I hit a point in V Rising where I can't advance any further solo. I've capped out all my gear. I just need the group, the homies, to start pushing bosses. I guess I could fancify my castle, but I don't want to do that. I don't have that aesthetic sense necessary to carry it out.
I did think about joining in for V-Rising. I just didn't think my computer could handle it.
I don't know that it's that intensive, but then again, the way that it currently looks on my computer is absolute garbage, so... I mean, it looks fine for me, it just doesn't look good on the recordings. Alright, you ready to do this?
Alright. can't place it.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Jesus. We should have one person dedicated to the bombing.
I don't know that the bombing was what killed us here. Oh!
I think both of us trying to bomb a crystal kind of did it in.
All my armor is gone.
Don't.
Oh. I'm super dead.
It. Some of them spawn on you, and it's really rough.
Yeah, I used my spacebar shield to get through it, but now that I don't have any armor, it doesn't help quite as much. Now that I don't have any armor, it kills me in one hit, actually. I mean, this fight is basically untenable now for me.
Ooh. Damn it. Well, I got 2 ancient feathers out of this. I'm pretty sure he's at full health right now. Jesus Christ. I almost feel like we should... Oh, that's funny.
I don't really feel like we're making a lot of leeway here.
I don't know whose stuff I just picked up, but I picked up someone's stuff.
I think this might have been yours, actually.
Well, I didn't have anything in my back row, I don't think, so... Damn it. Jesus. Oh, he despawned.
We're gonna need a better strategy to fight this guy, and I'm gonna need my armor. Alright, I've got a bunch of your stuff, so I'm gonna...
The spikes do attack the lasers, which is funny. I don't really have anything, is the thing.
I mean, we'll see. Here, let me get this chest down. Start filling it with things that are probably yours.
Oh, this must have been one of my older... Because the Remadaisy is definitely mine.
It's Morbin time!
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to approach this. We spend all our time just trying to bomb the things so that we can damage them, and we die while distracted. You sound like you don't have anything to add to that.
I mean, you sum it up properly, so there's not really much else to add.
Very well. I mean, I wasn't demanding that you add something to it. I was just being ironic. I gotta go find some tin, I suppose. Otherwise, we won't be able to do this again next week. Yep, AP Gaming Real, a good summator. That's what they call me.
And there's worse things you can be called.
A VTuber simp.
Well,
You didn't like that one?
I mean, you can call me that, so no.
Some people say the first cut is the deepest.
I found a poison slime locked inside of a square.
That was certainly an assembly of words.
I just walked over to the left. There's like a square wall around a single poison slime. Not sure
Maybe.
why.
He just wants to be left alone, man. Why are you bothering him?
Generation really kept him locked
All he
inside.
wants is to be left alone in his average home. So why does he always have to feel like he's in the Twilight Zone?
There's a farm up here. Oh, is this another one of... No, this is... There's a house over here. Oh, you can place a watering can on top of that. Okay. That's nice.
Here's my question. How does HoloLive talent get away with doing so many karaoke covers when they clearly have not licensed these songs?
Well, most of their karaoke stuff that they don't license is unarchived.
Sure, but the YouTube content system should interrupt them midway through. It's famous for being able to do that to most other broadcasters. I think Gura tone shifts her stuff, so it's like slightly faster, slower, and up or down toned. But even then, I would think that the extra litigious DCMA claims would be roasting her. So why aren't they? Do they just not like grilled shark?
I think they do have some things that they clear beforehand as a company that they can do. So I think that does help a bit with it. So I think a lot of it's just like they don't have the rights to like leave it up on YouTube, but they have the rights to sing it for like a stream sometimes.
That doesn't sound right. I will need a source on that. But if it's true, I'd be interested as to how they secured that. Purely for theoretical. It's not like I sing. I'm just curious as to how they
Well,
get
they
away
do
with
have
it.
a talent signed to Universal Music, so they have
Are
connections.
you talking about Maury Calliope, now counted as the #1 dad nerd? Apparently in Japan she's considered to be a really cool character, and in America she's considered to be the ultimate nerd dork. I feel like both are true.
Yeah, I would say that.
I mean, she was on Trash Taste. I think she's been on Trash Taste in both of her incarnations, so.
Yeah,
You
she
know.
was there. She's been there live as her other self.
Her other self. Wow. Are you trying not to break the
mean-
bro code? Very
That is
well.
a way to describe it. Is it not a
Other
way to
self.
describe it?
Well, let me say this. While I may not like Kiryu Coco, because, you know, it's not that I dislike her, it's just that I don't like her because I didn't get into her content while she was still producing. I do like this new streamer who showed up out of nowhere. You know, that one. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Dreamer that showed up out of nowhere. No, that really narrows it down.
You know,
Yes, I who
after
you're talking-
Ki-
With the phrase "streamer who showed up out of nowhere" is basically every streamer.
That's not true. There are
Well,
several streamers
every
who've been
streamer
hyped by their agency before they started.
And every
Shall I
independent-
Niji Sanji at any point? That's literally their whole thing, is that they overhype people before they release. That's Niji Sanji's calling card. If Niji Sanji was to murder somebody, you would find we overhype our streamers at the scene of the crime. Just so that Hercule Poirot could be like, Le Choc. Who would have thought it could be true? It was Niji Sanji. But which one? There are over 200. And now Hercule Poirot will begin the hunt for the Niji Sanji
Huge
killer.
organization.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nino Kasaka, man. She seems to be visiting every member of Niji Sanji in person.
Yeah. She's having fun.
I think you can just have fun. What is fun? What is the purpose of life? Let's talk philosophy. Because that may be the true purpose of life, is determining life's purpose. So anyway, when you stare into the abyss... Oh, this I want to hear. What is your take? What is the purpose of life according to Lawson? Please tell me. I want to hear this so badly.
The purpose of life is to be alive. That's basically all there is to it. There is no exact
I
purpose.
see. Wow. You know, this is a classic school of philosophy, actually. It's not very well regarded, but it is there.
There's nothing else to be there, though.
That certainly is your belief. Some people, you know, for instance, believe the purpose of life is to serve God in whatever religious incarnation that is. Others believe that the purpose of life is to advance the human race or serve their community. Some believe that life is the universe observing itself. I mean, in a literal way, that is true. We, as sapient and sentient creatures, are one of the few forms of life capable of looking at how the universe is structured and going, so this is how it works, and reporting it back to the universe in some way. You think of the universe as a collection of cells and molecular structures. We're the only group that is looking at some of the deeper physics. Now, of course, any living creature can be like, this is happening, you know, because it's, you know, thinking. If it thinks, which not every living creature does.
Man,
Yeah.
well, I think if you try to define the purpose of life, you literally have to go through every living thing and go, what is this thing's purpose in life? What is this thing's purpose in life?
This conversation is incredibly fascinating. I think you would do well in a philosophical school. Everything you've just said is already its own branch of philosophy. It's crazy.
Well, I did have to take all those stuff in college, so
But you didn't have to like it.
I even took a religion class in college. So I pretty much covered all my bases.
This is a man who wanted an associate's in general studies. Right
I have
there.
my associates in business administration.
Business administration. Well, well, well.
I guess I'm a supervisor now, so it does pay off in a way. I mean, I'm a working supervisor, but I'm a supervisor nonetheless.
There's nothing wrong with working, being a supervisor. I think there are a lot of supervisors who are total morons that don't understand that their job is to enhance their workers' lives rather than be absolute snobbish pieces of garbage.
That's cool. Reinforcing the Scarlet Sword gives it 21 more melee damage.
Yes, I've reinforced mine already.
That's nice.
There's some more bombs for you.
I'm reinforcing all my stuff. I'm running out of scrap parts.
Maybe the strategy is to surround Azios with bombs. What about that? What if we just surrounded him with bombs to just do a huge alpha damage?
He does
know-
teleport.
But he stays still for quite some time before he does that, right? You'd have to be laying the bombs while the lasers are. But I believe that he teleports after every 2 laser waves, right? That's just my general perception right now. I'm not sure that's totally correct, but tell me if you think I'm wrong.
I'm wondering if the poisoned larvas are coming into the camp.
Well, that's pretty bad.
They destroyed some chests.
Where did this happen?
Right below where you were standing.
What chests did they destroy?
Food chest and whatever this one was.
Pretty bad. Alright. It's Morbin time. How did they get here? Oh, they must have followed the chain of torches. And there he is. Son of a bitch.
One of the bigger ones.
I finally found you, Jack the Stampede. No, Vash the Stampede. Vash the Stampede.
Where'd the second chest go? Got one back. Where'd the other one go?
It might be in my inventory. Let me finish killing and I'll take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Yes, I have a chest.
Yeah. I don't know what was in each chest, but
I'm just gonna put whatever's in my inventory in the chest. Boom. Giga Brain. And therefore, you okay?
Yeah, just trying to move stuff back, trying to see what I don't need. Anything in my inventory to go into here? I got another wood fishing rod.
Where is my big watering pot? That's what I'm missing.
Down here where I'm at.
No, here it is, large watering can.
Well,
I have
there's a
to.
second large watering can where I'm at.
That's fine.
And so is a regular watering can.
Tell you what I'm very sad about. I'm a huge fan of this show called The Quest, which was where 12 normal people got on a reality show where they joined a bunch of LARPing actors who live. Oh, huge wave of larvae coming my way. I've defeated these ones. But where are they coming from and why?
Weird, they're coming from the south.
So the actors who play the NPCs for the show all lived in the castle for like 6 months. And we're all like super method about it. And the players also had to like live in the castle full time and do their reality show things and complete puzzle challenges and like physical contests and stuff. It was good. Some would even say it was great. I actually did a stream of it with Swargula, a watch along stream. And I think it might be the only watch along I've ever done, which should tell you how much I like this quest. But it's also undeniably true that the new version of the quest is like specifically designed for kids, and the acting is horrendous. It's truly awful. Two dudes are sword fighting, except one of them has a really small mace. I'm talking like the mace is only about 1.5 feet long, and the two people fighting are basically aiming to hit the sword and the mace together. You know what I mean? It's so incredibly fake. The sword guy should have just stabbed him repeatedly. I was like, what am I watching here? The kids, when you first meet them, are all like walking around like, oh my god, this is so cool. Whoa, what's happening right now? I was like, damn, this dialogue is fake as hell. It was really disappointing.
Well, it does in fact sound like something that would be either be made for kids,
It was made for
or
kids.
it'd be like the challenge, which would have a really heavy reality aspect to it.
Don't talk to me about heavy reality aspect. I still remember when Road Rules and Real World had to deal with 9/11. And I think Real World was the one taking place in New York City. They were filming when it happened, and they wouldn't tell anybody in, so they could see the towers, but they weren't allowed contact with the outside world. And the voice on the speakers was basically just telling them like, hey, go back to making fun of each other or having sex or something. Stop concentrating on the giant pillar of smoke in the distance. I was, even as a kid, I was like, this is wrong. This is not great. Oh, all right. I mean, we've got a ton of bombs. We want to call it for now? Come up with a better strategy next time? I don't really know what we could do differently.
We can.
Are you going to be the
Call it
solo
now.
bomber? Like, What are we doing here? You wanted to only have one person bomb, right? Is it you? Are you the one who we wait for?
I don't think I should be the solo person doing anything because I
Okay.
feel like every time I try to place a bomb, oh, bunch of larvae back.
We may just want to build the wall, keep the
Yeah,
larva
I was in the
out from the
process of doing
south.
that while we were talking.
Yep.
Don't know why they're coming from the south. But this should at least keep them out, unless there's something they're spawning from that I just don't see. But if they're coming from the south, that should block them. It's not even like a larva thing to the south. Not that I can tell.
Hmm.
But there's walls down here, and I put 2 doors down, so they shouldn't get through. And there's slimes down here too. They should be fighting each other. Oh, there's a path of torches down there.
Hmm.
That's just 2 random okay, I am really confused. Don't make me think, game. It's not my strong suit. There's a random skull over there. That's always a good sign.
Okay.
I don't see anything down here to the south, but I did put a wall and some doors, so hopefully that'll appease the larval menace.
I don't think you can appease the larvals. They're just I don't know.
Just gotta remember to close the doors on the way behind us, I guess.
Okay.
And I put doors on the left side too. So that's 2 sides completely locked off.
But that still doesn't answer the question of what we are going to do moving into the future against our ancient enemy, Azios the Sky Titan. Our battles have been legendary, thousands of years in the past. What's our plan? Chandrian. Man, there's a reference nobody's gonna get. Someone told me I do too many referential things, so I feel like now I have to really juice that up, do it more.
Mm.
Oh, I have a suggestion for you. If you like vampires and a really outrightly LGBT story that's literally just like, is it okay to be gay? On Netflix, Vampire in the Garden is pretty much just that.
I feel like my mom would be into that.
Well, it's about a girl from a Russian conservative society who isn't allowed to dance or enjoy music, and the vampire rescues her from it. And then they go on a road trip across the remains of Russia,
Oh yeah, my mom would definitely love that.
trying to figure out, is it okay to sing and dance? But that is clearly very thinly veiled subtext for being gay as fuck.
It sounds like a very retro plot.
I mean, that the storyline I'm telling you right there is pretty classic literature plot, but it is so thinly veiled, it's basically just outright. It's at most points.
Well, and if you study classic literature, most of that's just thinly veiled.
How dare you, sir? My man William Shakespeare would dunk on you. Except he's dead. And may have never existed. And also could have been a woman. So he might not be my man, William Shakespeare. Oh, alright. I'm just circling the drain here. I'm gonna call it. You got any closing notes on today for the audience?
Join us next time where we continue to lose to Azeos over and over again.
Nah, there's no way. We're gonna hit him with 1,000,000 bombs and it's gonna be amazing. You know, really. The friends we made along the way.